Most people spend 40 hours a week making someone else rich. And the whole time they know it. They feel it. But they don't move, because nobody shows them where to start. I'm going to change that right now. Here's the thing, the side hustle economy in America isn't slowing down. It's accelerating. Over 40% of Americans are running some kind of income stream outside their 9 to 5. And the ones who figured it out early, they didn't do anything special. They just picked the right business at the right time. These 4 businesses are recession-resistant, low cost to start, and still massively underserved in most American cities in 2026. Let's get into it. Number 1, food. I know what you're thinking. The food industry is saturated. No, the food industry is saturated. But the food truck and pop-up stall market in your zip code, probably wide open. The American food service market sits at over $1 trillion. But here's what nobody talks about. Mobile food vendors have dramatically lower overhead than any brick-and-mortar restaurant. No traditional rent, no long-term lease locked into one location. Now let's be real about the numbers. A used food truck in decent condition runs between $30,000 and $50,000. Permits, health inspections, and commissary kitchen fees, depending on your state, add another $3,000 to $8,000 on top of that. So you're looking at roughly $40,000 to $60,000 to start properly. That sounds like a lot. But compare that to opening an actual restaurant, which averages $300,000 before you flip a single burger. Food truck is still the smarter bet by a mile. A guy in Nashville started with a used truck and one menu item, smoked wings. Weekends only, parked near a brewery. Within 6 months, he was clearing $8,000 to $10,000 a month after costs. No investors, no business partner, just consistency and a product people drove across town for. The model is simple. Find what people in your area genuinely crave, not what's trending on TikTok, what they actually talk about. Lock in 4 or 5 items, master them, show up at the same spot, same time every week. Foot traffic is your marketing. Word of mouth is your ad budget. Here's something I want to be real with you about for a second. There was a point in my life where I was checking my bank account every Sunday night just to run the math. Not because I was broke, but because I was almost broke every single month despite working full time. That feeling of running in place, it messes with your head. You start wondering if this is just how it works for people like you. It's not. I just hadn't found the right move yet. If that hits close to home, keep watching. Because the next one is where most people completely sleep. Number 2, mobile auto detailing. There are over 280 million registered vehicles in the United States. The average car owner washes their car maybe twice a year. But people who actually care about their car, and there are millions of them, they're desperately looking for someone reliable. And here's the key word, mobile. You go to them, no shop, no traditional rent, no lease. Startup cost for a solid mobile detailing, set up a quality pressure washer, a wet-dry vac, detailing chemicals, microfiber towels, a portable water tank, you're looking at $1,500 to $2,500. That's it. You load it in your car or a small trailer and drive to your customer's driveway. The repeat rate on a good mobile detailer is around 75 to 80%. Someone who finds a detailer they trust doesn't shop around. They call you. Every 4 to 6 weeks, that's predictable recurring income, and in this economy, predictable beats everything. A basic exterior wash and wax runs $60 to $100. Full interior and exterior detail $150 to $300. Realistically, 3 to 5 cars a day. Once you're consistent, you're looking at $5,000 to $7,000 a month gross. After supplies and fuel net is realistically $3,000 to $4,000. Not bad for a business you started with $2,500. Number 3, hyper-local delivery. Amazon trained Americans to expect anything at their door within hours, but Amazon doesn't deliver everything. And that gap, that's where the real opportunity lives. The hyper-local delivery market is still wide open. There's no dominant player for specialty items, same-day restaurant, overflow, local business logistics, or bulk orders for small shops. And small businesses are paying way too much for inconsistent service from big platforms. Think beyond groceries, pharmacies, boutique stores, florists, bakeries, catering companies. They all need reliable people to move things. And most of them would rather call a person they trust than deal with an app. Start with your own vehicle. Use a simple group chat or text system to take orders. Be cheaper than the platforms and more reliable. If you execute well, 60 to 90 days is often enough to start building steady referrals. Now, let's be straight about income. Gross revenue, $60,000 to $80,000 a year, is realistic. But after gas, vehicle maintenance, and self-employment taxes, you're netting closer to $40,000 to $50,000. Still solid for a one-person operation. You can scale up by adding drivers later. Number 4, local transportation. Uber and Lyft get all the attention, but they don't own the local transportation market. They own the app market, and there's a massive difference. In suburbs, smaller cities, and underserved neighborhoods, there is consistent high demand for reliable scheduled transportation. Airport runs, medical appointments, senior mobility, wedding shuttles. These customers don't want to gamble on a stranger with a 3-star rating showing up late. They want to call you, the person they trust. This is a relationship business. Once someone finds a driver they like, they stop using the apps entirely. They save your number. They refer you to their neighbors, their parents, their coworkers. Start with your current vehicle. Post in your local Facebook community group, neighborhood app, or church board. Offer flat-rate airport runs. People will pay a premium for someone who shows up on time every time. Within 3 to 4 months, referrals alone can start filling your weekly calendar. Income on this, realistically $45,000 to $70,000 a year, starting out after fuel and vehicle costs. The ceiling is higher because it scales. 1 car becomes 2, 2 becomes a small fleet, and at that point you're running a transportation company, not just driving people around. Here's the real talk to close this out. 2026 will likely reward speed and execution more than patience. The cost of living isn't dropping, wages aren't keeping up, and the window to build something while startup costs are still manageable, it's open right now, but it won't stay open forever. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. You need to pick one of these, start this weekend, and treat it like it matters. Because it does. The people making an extra $3,000 to $5,000 a month right now didn't find some secret formula. They just started before they felt ready. That's literally the whole thing. If this opened your eyes, like the video and subscribe. More of this coming.